joy and the brilliant light. Carry me with you wherever you go. The love, the joy, the brilliant light. Carry me with you wherever you go. The love, the joy, and the brilliant light.
Now would be a good time to go on speaker view because we're going to have some images that go with hearing the message about going deeper. And also, I would invite you to light your candle when we talk about going deeper. This is a lovely image of that. So if you have your candles, would you light them? And we should have some images coming up here. So when we began our mandate 4 years ago, we had the call to go deeper, go out, and go within. And we were eager. And like with so many things, we faced a lot of unknowns. But we knew enough to mark our journey by making a bold commitment that we would take responsibility together. And a lot has happened in the last 4 years. We've experienced the death of our founder, and we learned hard things about actions he had taken that deeply hurt others. And we have and continue to live in a time of pandemic. We have tapped new creativity and built connections in new ways. We've experienced new ways of living our mission, and we've grieved the death of community members and even the death of some of our ideals. Through our experiences of the call to go deeper, we know it's not just words in a mandate, words on a page, but a call at the very heart of our mission. We go deeper to touch the very bedrock of our unity, a unity that flourishes in diversity, not uniformity. Going deeper is the foundation of our mission as a people with and without disabilities, sharing life in communities, belonging to this international web of relationships we call a federation. We are a people called to be deeply rooted in mutual relationships and trust in God. Our charter process has helped us to go deeper. Amidst many challenges, we have been making the time and space for important conversations about what is most essential and have given creative expression to what's really important to us, what's important in our life in L'Arche. Every now and then I go to the Charter Inspiration Wall, and I hope you do too. I find it a real source of encouragement. especially as I'm often on my own, and it helps me touch into the life of our communities and what's inspiring us. And I just want to share a few, just 4 messages that I've discovered on that inspiration wall, named with the beads. So one of the messages said, the charter process has been revealing, encouraging, and hopeful. We were able to talk about the past with COVID-19 and Jean's revelations. It was a thorny conversation, but hope and community were the theme of our conversations. Another message, quarantine reminded us of the value of presence and the value of meeting, but also in the community as a whole, we are called to overcome distances and what separates us. Sometimes it takes months or even years. Another message, both the positives of celebration, sharing, and simplicity, and the negatives of busyness and scarcity, and the fragility of living both are a part of our reality. And one more message, we feel like the leaves or even the fruit of a tree, and we are temporary. However, the roots are the large community, and they anchor and nourish generation to generation. I encourage you to go to the wall and find some more of those messages and look at the inspiration that's there. I hope we'll be encouraged by the many efforts to give space and time to reflect on what is meaningful and most important for us as we seek to be faithful to the mission and take responsibility together. The charter process isn't over, and neither is our call to go deeper. If we really do mean to go deeper, then we have to continue to create spaces and make choices about what we're doing. We can't go deeper if we're going too fast or if we're trying to do too much, even too much of a good thing. Going deeper helps us to have the inner resources to go out and to go within. Going deeper is our work. It is our source of nourishment and a source of joy as we take responsibility together. And for those of you who were in Belfast, we actually had gestures that we used to help us remember the themes of our mandate. And we wanted to remind you about those today and have you join us in those. So I'm just going to remind you what those were. We started with going deeper up here by our ears. And I have Nadia and Laura Donna who are going to help me with this. So we start up here because going deeper requires us to listen and to keep listening. And then we brought our hands forward into this little shape of a boat that's about space and being receptive. So Laura, Donna, and Nadia, do you want to join me in this? So Creator God, help us to go deeper. And if it would help those of you who want, you can stand and join us in doing this gesture that's both a remembrance of our whole selves and our body and a prayer. There we go. So Creator God, help us to go deeper. Amen. I think it's over to you, Stefan.
Je crois que mon écran va être partagé aussi pour que vous puissiez voir les dessins qui accompagnent
To share what some of the things that go with what I'm going to say. I'm going to try to share the screen as well here. Stacy, you just reminded us that the first invitation of our mandate is to go deeper. And the second invitation of our mandate is what I'm going to talk to you about now, is to go out. Going out, that means to go outside of one's home, to be in relationship with one's neighbors, friends, parents, families, parish, but also to be in dialogue with other organizations with whom we share common interests, with churches, with public authorities, even with the media. It is obvious that this invitation to go out has been in contradiction and been limited with the pandemic, where we have been more or less ordered to stay home. For over 18 months, we've experienced social distancing, and isolation measures have greatly limited our opportunities for going out. Many assistants who lived during the period haven't even had the opportunity to physically meet any other members of their community than those in the home they are in. That's never happened before. And also, the inquiry results about Jean Vanier also has destabilized us. How can we go out to testify about L'Arche after discovering that our founding story, the one we've been used to telling, has been turned upside down by this news? And in some ways, after such a disillusion, we would rather hide away than show ourselves in public. Change screen. And yet, this call to go out remains. It's there, it's valid. How are we able to work together for a more human society, as we are invited to in our mission identity statement, if we remain sheltered at home? How are we able to even simply live and work if we are deprived of relationships? It's true that the pandemic has limited our possibilities of gathering together, and over time, that has affected all of us. But it's also stimulated us to discover new ways of communicating, new ways of leaving home without leaving one's living room, without taking an airplane. This festival is an example of that, magnificent. And even after the pandemic will be over, we all will continue to profit from the fruits of some of our discoveries. Of course, the things we learned about Jean have affected us greatly, and many ask themselves how we are going to now tell our story. But instead of being with time, there too, but we'll find another way of going out, and we'll have lessons we have learned that we can share with our friends and all of those who are interested in L'Arche there too. So we can say 4 years after starting our mandate, this invitation to go out will have been a priority that has been stifled for the reasons I've said, but it remains part of our respiration, a vital part that we're responsible to take the risk when we need to go outside and sometimes out of our comfort zone. As it says in our mandate, we need to learn to better share with others what we live. We have to learn how to do that because we have so much to share, but also we have so much to learn and receive. Thank you.
So we're going to do another gesture that helps us both remember and pray with our call to go out. So we're going to start with the go deeper gesture and add another one. So we start always with the call to listen and create space and this movement out into the world. And if it helps, you could stand. And again, Nadia and Loredana will help me, and then we can do it all together. Creator God, help us to go out. Let's do that together. So again, start with our listening space. Creator God, help us to go out. Amen.
I have a light, and it always shines. It shines in the day, and it shines in the night. And when the dark days come, and the sun isn't bright, well, I will be shining, 'cause I have a light. I have a light, and it always shines. It shines in the day, and it shines in the night. When the dark days come and the sun isn't bright, well, I would be shining, 'cause I have a light. I have a light, and it always shines. It shines in the day, and it shines in the night. When the dark day comes and the sun isn't bright, well, I would be shining, 'cause I have a light. I would be shining, 'cause I have a light. Blessings.